All right, so we've done some polishing on the trigger components. We didn't go through any of the actual disassembly or the polishing. There's other videos out there. We'll post a link in the description if you guys need to know how to do all that stuff. But I did do the polishing a little bit different, so talked about that a little bit. So in the video that I'll post, they used a combination of a sharpening stone and a buffing wheel. I didn't have those things, so but I did have this Work Sharp Ken Onion Edition knife sharpener, and so I figured I'd give that a shot. I found that on the actual sanding belt, I used the finest grit one that it came with, and with that on the rotary sharpener, I didn't feel comfortable using this with that. So that part of it I just did by hand, kind of with my finger and the belt, to kind of just smooth out the rough components. And then I put the stropping belt on and used some honing solution with that to get it nice and shiny, polished. So got all the trigger components all polished up, and we're going to see if that made a difference on the trigger pull. Not really expecting a big difference here. The main reason to polish them is just to kind of take out some of that grittiness in the trigger feel. That's one thing I noticed between the Bushmaster and the Anderson manufacturing models. The trigger on this model was a lot grittier, even though it was actually lighter than the Bushmaster we tested. But hopefully the polishing took out some of that grittiness, but we'll go ahead and see if it did affect the pull at all. So right at 4 pounds again. So it looks like probably not. We'll run it a few more times just to be sure we're consistent. Just a hair under 4 that time. Hair under 4 again. Yep, just right at about 3.75 pounds. Pretty consistent there. So may have been slightly lighter with the polishing. Not a huge difference. Now that we've got it all back together, we tested it. Just gonna kind of do some tests of the feel to see if any of that grittiness is out, and then directly compare it to the Bushmaster model. So I'll do a few. Yeah, definitely can feel a lot of that grittiness taken out, especially toward the end of the pull. The beginning, I'm still getting a little bit, so could probably do a little bit, spend a little more time on it and get some of that out. But overall, just a lot lighter and a lot smoother than it was. Compare that to Bushmaster. Much heavier, but you know, for some applications you may want to keep it heavier if you're out in the field a lot and don't want risk any accidental discharges. But yeah, definitely heavier. So I guess I'd recommend this for anybody that's just wanting to get an inexpensive trigger upgrade. The total cost on it was about $12, so
yeah, it's pretty good.
With shipping, it's good.
I would definitely prefer that over this, so I mean, I'll check that out. Yeah, and sometimes you do want a heavy trigger. You want to be able to feel it if you're doing a lot of fast stuff. For me, I'm going to be predator hunting. Could be long, far shots. I want to be able to make a nice, crisp pull through the trigger. I would rather have the upgraded version, so I'll probably do that and work with Brian to help me work through it.
Yeah, and it's a good option for if you want to spend just a little bit of money instead of, you know, busting out a couple $100 for a custom trigger.
Yeah, for sure. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.